Welcome to part 2 of our generator install. We've been working on this all day today. It's been a pretty trying day. It's been one little tiny detail after another it needs tending to. We've got issues with the exhaust, we've got issues with the cooling system, primarily the upper radiator hose. So we're going to get to work on that now, so stay tuned. We'll show you what's going on. So right here what we're doing is, this is the bottom half of the box and we've got the subframe underneath. We've already tri-fitted it, and what we're doing is lining up all the mounting holes. These holes here on each corner will mount to the subframe. The subframe under the truck over there. These are your motor mount holes right here, and a couple more over here which we haven't drilled yet because Jim's sharpening the drill bit. But that's the overall picture. Alright, so we haven't got a lot of filming done in the last couple days because it's been all about overcoming obstacles. We've had issues with the exhaust manifold, with the plumbing for the exhaust, with the exhaust muffler system itself. We've had oil drain issues, we've had water cooling issues, we've had thermostat housing issues. So one by one we've overcome these obstacles, and well, let's take a look.
Good afternoon. We're back at it again, and today we're going to show you what we had to go through to modify this exhaust. We had this, which was actually about that much too far, and it stuck out about this much too far out that way. So we customized this little 1.25 inch. See there? 1.25 inch right there. And then we took this thing here, the original flange that was right here, and we just welded the little nipple, the other side of this, on there. So that nipple was there. Just did a little tacky and tuck that up, and looks like we're going to be able to modify this simplified exhaust.
So we figured we're in confined spaces underneath the truck here. You would think with that big a vehicle that you'd have all kinds of room. Did you just burp?
Yes, I did. Go.
Alright, so the next obstacle to overcome was the exhaust. You would think that we have all kinds of... Where are you going with the camera?
I'm right here.
Come here. Oh, are we on take 14,983 now?
You're going, baby.
Alright, the simplified exhaust system.
Take 5.
So some of you might be thinking that we've got all kinds of room under a semi-truck because it's so big, but it's really confined spaces. So we come up with a simplified exhaust system that we manufactured over at the
ooh, baby, look at that.
muffler shop. It's going to bolt to the outside of the box here.
Nothing complicated about that at all.
It consists of a resonator and a car muffler. And we already tested it on Jim's 10,000 watt loud POS
yeah,
generator.
See this generator back here? It's an Onad something or other.
Hobart.
With an Onad motor.
And that's that. And then it's just going to go
like that. And one of those out there.
and we're good to go.
Boopy.
Cross member damping system, take 2. What you got going there, Jimbo?
Well, I got to thinking there's so much flex and torquing going on, and the different conditions on the road. You get an upside and a downside, and sometimes you're shifting and jerking. And this here is designed to.
Hey, what's that? Whoop!
I don't know. It went flying over. It's gone. It went flying over there. But this is designed to make and take up some of that slack, so that you don't end up tweaking and breaking frame parts and braces and such. Looks pretty complicated, but really basically a simple idea. Thank you very much.
Sometimes you just got to ask yourself, are we overthinking things? Maybe, maybe not, but I sure don't want that generator laying out in the middle of the street, right?
That's right, baby.
So the next issue that we had to deal with was, remember the thermostat housing was sitting way up here and pointing straight up, and it was too tall for the box.
Right.
So we went out and bought some round stock and took it to our local radiator shop and had them custom make.
Stanton Radiator Shop.
Stanton
Thank you, Delbert.
Radiator.
Delbert's the man.
And had them custom make us a 90-degree elbow, so now we could fit perfect in the box.
That's right.
So part 2 of the radiator problem is now we couldn't run our radiator on the front of the engine either because it sat up too high as well. So we relocated it in the box, which I'll show you later. But the problem is that it sits lower, so that means the radiator cap sits lower than the highest part of the motor. So we had to have this custom inline, courtesy of Stanton radiator, this custom inline radiator cap mechanism to go in the line there so that we can fill it up and do the what you call it thingy to it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Here's the radiator.
And here's what's doing on the brum, brum.
Here was one other key component to the exhaust system, was this flexible tubing, because it's going to flex, so we need to have something flexible. So one of the other little obstacles that we had, is any of you that have generators in a box know when you change the oil, that can be a mess because they really don't leave you much room to do it, or they put a pan under there but the oil still gets all over the place. Well, I don't want all that mess in my box, so we wanted to put a remote drain location, but seeing how they didn't have any tubing in metric, I had to tap it out to a 1/4 inch pipe thread, and then we go ahead and
Put in a 1/4 inch nipple.
Put in a 1/4 inch nipple with an elbow, and then a ball valve. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Ball valves, the handle could get knocked, or they start to leak after a while. Well, that's why we have a redundancy system here with a cap. So that'll go through the bottom of the box, and changing oil will be as simple as turning the valve. Whoop! That's it. We're done.
Thank you very little.
Really. And that's all there is to her. So what you doing in there, Jimmy?
Well, I'm trying to get this here custom cross member with torsion circuits.
Yeah, I like that little setup right there, see?
Yeah.
What that does is that gives us some
Push down on that thing.
some lateral strength there for when we're bouncing going down the road. But with the rubber and the spring in there, it allows for the lateral torsion of the frame. Flex. Well, that's it for today's episode. Well, man, it's been real trying getting everything tied up and put together, and we will be buttoning it up within the next day or two. This project's definitely taken a lot longer than I thought it would, so there'll be plenty of time for filming. Until next time, drive safe.